Welcome to my first how-to tutorial. This is how to make a basic thread template that will expand as you type. No need for scroll bars. First of all, we're going to start out by centering. I've added in our center HTML, and now I'm going to add the play by area, which you'd add a photo. We're going to put a placeholder in it today. And it's going to be 450 by 200. We're going to close it, and it should pop up. Ta-da! Alright, once we've closed it, we'll come down here and we'll add our first class. Our class is going to start out with a div. And we're going to name it background because it's going to be the easiest thing. But as you code more and put them in certain spots, if too many things have the same name, it'll just start to look really wonky and add different codes from different areas. We'll close that, and then we'll come down and we'll close our div. Now, of course, you're not going to see anything as of right now because, well, there's nothing there to see. We haven't added the CSS. So we're going to go ahead and add our CSS. Now, when adding the CSS, you'll always start with a period when you use a class action. Now, there are other actions such as styles, which wouldn't be put into CSS, or IDs, which you'd use a number sign. But we're going to go with the basic class action right now. So we're going to type in background. And the brackets constrain everything inside that one background class div. So we're going to start out with our background color. And we're just going to go with a basic black. We're going to go ahead and add in our width. And since in a few minutes we'll be adding padding, we're going to take the width of this background to about 430. We're not going to add in a height at this time because we want the post to adjust the size of our posts. So this will automatically give the height once we decide how much we're going to post. But we are going to add our padding in. And we're going to give that just a 10 pixel padding. As you can see, you've added your 10 pixel padding, and it's fairly simple. You don't see anything inside of it at this moment because, well, we haven't put any text in. Now we're going to close our div, our CSS class, and we're going to go ahead and grab about 3 paragraphs from this site. This is just a basic site that, puts in documentation to where you can see what you're doing when you're doing it. We'll head back over to CodePen and go ahead and copy and paste. Now, of course, you're not going to see anything because, well, the color is black because that's a default on CodePen. So we're going to come over here and we're going to add in our color code. We'll bring that to just a simple white. And as you can see, it changed all of our color to white. Now, we see that the paragraphs aren't broken up. So, we're going to come over here, and we're going to add in our paragraph. That will allow us to break down each paragraph and separate it so it looks nice. But it still doesn't look as nice as I'd like. So what we're going to do is we're going to come back to our CSS and we're going to add an alignment code. Now, the alignment code will allow us to make things look just a bit nicer. So we're going to do text align and we're going to justify it. Justify is just a simple block coding. So it looks like it's in a block. But as you can see, the spacing in between the paragraphs is a little bit too much. So we're going to take that down by adding a line height. And we're going to add an 11 pixel line height. Now, because of the default font size, it's not going to look very good. So we're going to add in our font size. And we're going to go with 12 pixels. Now you can adjust and play with this however you like, depending on what you're doing. And as you can see, it fixed it so it was smaller words and a little more pushed together. As you continue on, you may want to add in just a few more things. So let's say we want to add in a stat bar. Doing that, you'll add in you can either add in your HTML code first or your CSS. So we're going to add a stat. And we're going to come back over to our HTML and go right after that div, because that div is the finishing touch of that portion of the area. So we're going to go back in over here and add a new div class. And we'll close that div. Now, let's say we want to add how many words. We want to add an outfit. We want to add what mood they're in. And we want to tag someone special. Now, you see that it's come up exactly down here where we want it. Now, of course, when I add the background color, which is going to be white, it's not going to fully show up because the background of the template is white. So, but it's still going to constrain everything into that one area. We'll go ahead and add our width of our original 450 pixels. So everything within that's going to stay within 450 pixels. Here we're going to add a height. And we'll just do 15 pixels. We're going to bring down our font size to 11 pixels. And we're going to keep our color black. We are going to add in a background color of white. Again, you're not going to be able to see it here because of the fact that, well, the background is white. But it did add in the background. Now from here, once you get into coding, you can add in many different things. Hovers over the images, different types of transitions, moving pictures, and everything like that. But at this point, we've pretty much created a simple thread template.